Alright, this is the last part. This is the review video about that 2001 Hyundai SNGS. Alright, this, if you know a lot about mechanics already, you're a professional, well, this video is not for you then. It's just for other beginners just like me. And this video is not like a manual or a guidance how to do it exactly. It's just like an advice to have an idea what to do. Alright, if you notice, I had to take the transmission off. It's not working. I got this car for $100. I bought the transmission for like $200, so it's like $300 for the whole car. You know, it's like, so it's like saying I bought it for $300. All right. If you realize by this much is like 1.5 inches, I can't take the transmission off like just by like pulling it down. Gotta take it from up. So it means I gotta take the engine and the transmission off. Alright, now the first steps to do it, you gotta release these 4 nuts. Not take it all the way off, just have it loosen them. And the nut for the CV joint. Gotta take the pin off too with the pliers. Alright, you gotta do that same thing at the other side. Then after that, you jack your car up on both sides. Have some jack stands. Alright, and then you don't have to take the whole brake system off. All you gotta do is release these 2 bolts from the suspension system, the shocks. Alright, after that, you see the CV axle right here. Right, so you gotta pull the disc, brake disc, back to you, and then push the CV axle towards pushing it, and then you bend it to the left, and that will make it easy to release, and then you just pull it off. That's how you gotta do the same thing as the other side. Alright, after that you already have it jacked it up. Alright, then you gotta take the battery off, take the battery tray off, the air filter box, and then you gotta take these hoses, disconnect these hoses from the radiator. You gotta take the cooling the cooling, and then you gotta release these 2 bolts, and it's 2 bolts for this one too. Alright, for this one you gotta like have a socket that's the size for the crankshaft. There's a crankshaft nut behind the right side of the car on the wheel. Let's see if you can see it from here. Is this one right here. Gotta have a size for it. Gotta turn it until you see these 2 holes. Those holes gotta be facing this bolt right here in order to take this off. Because if you take these hose pipes or whatever, you'll have a big mess, and then you have to put some brake oil in it and stuff. And this one is for the steering power, the power steering fluid too, so you gotta buy some of that too. So when you have those 2 bolts disconnected, you just move it over here, hang it. Alright, after that, now comes to the muffler. On the bottom, there's 2 nuts and 1 bolt. You gotta unscrew them, and you can take this muffler off too from the top, but you don't have to because you're like pulling it up. But if you want to have more space and to do more things, and you can take the radiator off too to have more space. But I did that too, so yeah. Alright, from here, this is the shift wire that makes it like into parking, neutral, reverse, first speed, second speed. Well, you gotta disconnect that. There's a pin, and you just pull it up. Alright, you got that disconnected already. Now, and all the sensor hardener, you gotta take it. Alright, now let's go back to here. And there's oh yeah, okay, I forgot. There's 2 hoses right here that connected to the radiator too. Alright, you gotta disconnect those too. Alright, you see these 2 cables? There's 2 cables connected to the transmission. You gotta take that one, disconnect those. You gotta disconnect this one too. Alright. Okay, let's go back here. Oh, one problem that I had when I had everything put on, and when I did everything, the car wouldn't turn on. It's because I got confused. That I thought this cable was connected to the ground, but no, it was supposed to connect it to the positive side of the battery. So it's like, okay, now I see. All right, so I had to connect. So then I connected, and now it made its changes of well, a parking, reverse, or drive. Okay. And because when it doesn't have no power, you can't change it. You got to press the button that's on that tray right there. It's a white plastic, and you got to press it down in order to make your changes. So I didn't realize until I saw some other video of a guy who did it. But he did a lot of work too. He had to take the whole brake system off. I was like, oh, okay. I don't feel like doing that much work, so I already told you how to do it. Alright, from here, there's 2 bolts right here. This is the speed sensor, and this is just connected to the negative ground. Alright. The starter, you don't gotta take the starter off or the alternator. You just gotta disconnect the cables that are connected to it. Okay, now from the fuel injection system. Okay, in order to take it off, you gotta take the air filter box. Gotta disconnect these 3 sensors that are here. Gotta take 3 bolts from here that are connected to the fuel injection, these cables that are connected to it, and after that, you don't gotta disconnect. Let's see if you can see right here. You don't gotta disconnect the fuel pipe. It's this right here. You just gotta pull it up, lift it from here first, and they pull it up and hang it on the windshield, but be careful not to twist it or bend it. This hose right here, the fuel pipe. All right. After that, let's see what else. Okay, they have that. All right, these two hoses right here. This one and that one. Gotta disconnect those 2. But I didn't disconnect it from there. I disconnected from the engine right here. Alright, from that you gotta disconnect all these cables, all these sensors, all this wiring, and then you just set it aside so it won't like take up space. Also, and the AC unit. Alright, from the AC unit there's 2 aluminum pipes. You gotta disconnect. It's 2 bolts, 1 and 2 right there. Alright, after that, oh yeah, I forgot to tell you that you gotta take the hood off too. Probably you realized, but yeah. Alright, now the gasoline filter, you gotta disconnect that too. You gotta disconnect it from here, and then you gotta pull it and release it from there. Alright, after that, let's see, what else did I do? Okay. Alright, now, I think that's all. Okay, now from the motor mounts and the transmission mounts, you gotta go under. Oh, also, after you did all of that, and when you like take the mounts off, you gotta have this chained up in order to like have it hooked up so it won't fall or mess your engine up or something. Okay. Let's see. As you realize, I got 3 jacks. 3 jacks on. Okay. Let's see what we're looking at here. Alright. All the way in the front, there's a transmission mount. It's one right there. And then this one right here. That's another one. That's the second one. And there's 2 at the top. Alright. I think that's it. Alright, let's get back out. Alright. Now on my way, getting out. Alright. I told you there's 1 bolt here and 2 nuts connected to the muffler. Well, connected to the manifold or the headers, however you call it. Alright. Okay. And you gotta unhook this container and move it aside to have space to take out the engine mount and this other transmission mount. Okay, so it seems like it's 1 engine mount and 3 transmission mounts. Okay, well, yeah, gotta take this one too. Well, I think that's it. Hope that I gave you some advice. Good luck on fixing your car. And the reason I'm doing this, because mechanics, they be charging a lot. It's a lot of money. Hope I help you. Thanks for watching.